that negativity, I guess, every time. Like every time you go, let's say every time a person go to their house, or every time a person go to a place where their friends is at, all they talk about is their the same negative stuff, and they're not doing anything about it. What do you think about
Well,
that?
I mean, I understand we're going through things, and I'm always here to help my friends. I mean, they are there for me too. I'm
Mm-hmm.
sure they hear the same problem from me. I mean, like I said, we're doing our very best with our own selves, but it does get exhausting. Sometimes you just really have to tell them, and sometimes you just gotta let them be and learn their own lessons and keep your distance. And if it's been repetitive, if it's the same, problem, especially after you already discussed it and it's pretty obvious what needs to be resolved, we just gotta keep your distance at this point. I mean, honestly, we're all grown up adults.
Mm-hmm.
And if you're not taking responsibility and accountability of your own healing, and you just, to this point, you're just asking to hang out because you're miserable all the time, that's when you just have to establish a boundary to step away, because it's hard to be in that type of situation. Sometimes you just, keep your distance from certain people.
Yeah.
And just because you're not in that level or frequency, yeah, that's what I'm just learning so far. It's just best, like, if it's to the if this to this point it's dragging you down, I think it's best to keep your distance,
Mm-hmm.
because what what can you do? You can only do so much. I
Mm-hmm.
mean, at the end of the day, we are responsible for our own problems, and if you have nothing else to give to the table and you continue not to help yourself and just not add value to my growth, then you just gotta keep your distance and have them figure it out, because sometimes you always being there can be their comfort, and they're not gonna able to grow because you're always there for them.
Like you're
That's all.
always like, yeah, like you said, like comfort, like they feel comfortable talking to you about their problems every
Yeah, which
time.
is fine. But if it's like to the point like, hey, it's dragging me down, we're not going anywhere. I also have my own life, and that's what I learned. Like, you have to be very selective who you talk to, who you surround with, because it can it can definitely hold you back to what you want to do or keep you focused.